Assalamualaikum. I am Noliana Izzati binti Aminuddin and I am supervised by Dr. Hatini binti Ahmad Rafai. Now I will be presenting my final year project entitled Photocatalytic and Structural Properties of Carbon Dioxide Oxide by Co-Precipitation Method. This presentation consists of introduction, literature review, methodology, results and discussion, conclusion, recommendation and acknowledgement and references. The first part in introduction is background of study. The world's production of dyes is estimated to be around 10,000 tons per year, with approximately 1 to 2% loss during the manufacturing process and approximately 1 to 10% waste throughout their use in manufacturing. As a result of this loss, which occur in conjunction with the many phases involved, the dyes can lead to huge contamination of the environment, posing significant health risks to humans while also fostering aesthetically undesirable problems in aquatic environments. Photocatalysis is recognized as a viable, renewable, and environmentally friendly method of wastewater treatment. Photocatalysis uses a photocatalyst, which is typically a semiconductor material and light for the treatment of organic compounds in wastewater. Photoexcited charges are generated by light irradiation, which activates electrochemical reaction with wastewater on their surface and decompose organic pollutants completely or partially into harmless intermediate. The use of zinc oxide in photocatalytic applications, particularly under UV energy radiation, have been extensively researched. Next, the problem statement. First, the removal of dyes into receiving water bodies is found to cause a variety of health and environmental problems. They have an impact on aquatic plants' photosynthesis, hence influencing the development of primary consumers and producers. Dyes have also been shown to be harmful to microbial population, as well as to cause mutagenic and carcinogenic impacts on animals and humans. Second, zinc oxide also has several limitations, including the fact that the energy absorption occurs only in the ultraviolet region of the electromagnetic spectrum, which might also necessitate intense and costly energy. Furthermore, first recombination of photogenerate electron hole pair and extreme photocorrosion are significant elements limiting zinc oxide's photocatalytic performance. Pure zinc oxide has a large exciton binding energy and wide bandgap energy, thus resulting in lower photocatalytic efficiency. The objective for this research is to synthesize carbon dioxide zinc oxide utilizing a different weight percentage of urea as a photocatalyst using the co-precipitation method. Next is to determine the structural properties of carbon dioxide zinc oxide prepared by the co-precipitation method. Lastly is to investigate the effect of different weight percentage of urea on the photocatalytic degradation efficiency of methylene blue MB under UV light irradiation. Next part is literature review, and I will briefly explain on dye and methods for treating dye effluents. Organic dyes are produced by industries such as the textile industries, and these dyes are unable to be easily removed using biodegradable methods. One of the alternative methods that have been proved to successfully degrade and eliminate organic contaminants in the presence of a photocatalyst is photocatalytic degradation. Photocatalytic degradation was discovered to be an effective alternative method due to the use of a non-toxic photocatalyst, a low-cost technology, and a highly reactive technique. MB is a cationic dye that has conjugate aromatic moiety, making it ideal for photocatalytic activities due to its ease of identification and color change. Next, semiconductor photocatalyst mechanism. When exposed to a specific amount of light energy, electrons on a valence band VB are excited and jump to a conduction band CB, while holes remain on the VB. The electrons on the CB diffuse to the catalyst surface and participate in a reduction reaction, whereas the hole on the VB diffuse to the photocatalyst surface and participate in an oxidation reaction. During the reaction, the electrons can generate H2O2 or a superoxide radical O2- with H+ and dissolve O2 in the aqueous solution, and the holes can oxidize OH- to yield hydroxy radicals OH, resulting in the degradation of contaminants. Last part in the literature review is about zinc oxide doping. Doping in the zinc oxide network with non-metallic ions is typically less difficult to conduct experimentally due to the generally smaller atomic size of non-metallic elements in contrast to metallic ones. It causes the energy gap to narrow, elevating the maximum VB and improving energy absorption such as visible radiation. Among the non-metal doping of zinc oxide, carbon doping is the second most popular material and it has attracted a lot of attention in recent years. Carbon has the advantage of being able to separate photoelectrons and holes by channelizing photoexcited electrons to nanosized carbon on the surface of the catalyst, resulting in a reduction in the rate of electron-hole recombination. third part is methodology, and this is the flowchart of the whole process preparation of C-dop zinc oxide. In photocatalytic degradation measurement, a 5 mg per liter of Mb was dissolved in 1000 ml of deionized water, while zinc oxide and carbon dioxide zinc oxide at 1, 3 and 5 weight percentage were dissolved in 100 ml of Mb solution. The solution were exposed under UV radiation for 1 hour. Then 10 ml of the solution was withdrawn in 10 minutes for progress in photocatalytic degradation by measuring the absorbance using UV visible spectrophotometer at 664 nanometer. In characterization, FTIR is used to determine the functional group of materials. SEM is used to examine the morphologies and structural characterization of the samples. EDX to validate the existence of all necessary elements in the samples, while UV-Vis is used to determine the concentrations of the absorber in the analyte solutions. Next, we move to the result and discussion part. This figure indicates SEM image of all samples at 1000 and 5000 magnifications. The image shows the samples from densely and well distributed. And this is the EDX analysis, where the figure shows EDX characterization, elemental mapping, and spectrum of C-dop zinc oxide prepared by the cold precipitation method. EDX analysis confirmed that the C element is detected in the sample C-dop zinc oxide. As shown in the EDX spectra, the peak of C and weight percentage of C element goes increasing as the amount of dopant increase. Next is FTIR analysis. The figure shows FTIR spectra of undoped and C-dop zinc oxide with different weight percentage of urea. The FTIR analysis demonstrates that the functional group present in all samples. And this table shows the peak position and functionalities in each sample. Next, photodegradation measurement. The figure shows the UV visible spectra of Mb dye solution at different weight percentage of prepared catalyst under UV lamp irradiation within 1 hour. Next, photocatalytic performance. This graph shows the percentage degradation of Mb dye solution under 60-minute UV irradiation. The photocatalytic degradation of Mb was calculated using the following equation. From this graph, UZ3 shows a low photocatalytic performance compared to UZ1 and UZ5, which is only about 36.86%. The result suggests that different weight percentage of urea incorporated into the zinc oxide sample significantly affect the photocatalytic efficiencies. It may be because excessive carbon in the C-dop zinc oxide composite have an adverse effect on photocatalytic activity. To support the findings, previous studies have proved that the decrease in photocatalytic performance might be due to the amount of catalyst increase above a certain optimum value owing to the interference of light by the suspension. Furthermore, as the additional catalyst prevent the radiation, OH radical is reduced and hence the degradation efficiency is decreased. This is the graph of launch C over C0 versus irradiation time. The experimental data were fit by a first-order kinetic rate reaction based on the following equation. In conclusion, this study has successfully highlighted the presence of doping enhanced the zinc oxide performance. The optimum photocatalyst for the degradation of Mb under UV irradiation is UZ5, which is 66.71%, and the photodegradation rate constant K is 0.0224 per minute. The increase of catalyst amount beyond the optimum may cause an accumulation of catalyst particles. Consequently, the degradation rate decreased because of the unavailability of the part of the catalyst surface for the absorption of photons. Last part is the recommendation and acknowledgement. There are few suggestions for the future work. First, exploration on another non-metal dopant such as nitrogen in the photocatalytic application. Next, further studies on other parameters such as the effect of pH, dye concentration, and reaction temperature are very important as they may contribute in finding an optimal sample. And lastly, another characterization technique such as FSAM and photoluminescence should be implemented for a depth understanding of the sample structure properties. Before I end my presentation, I want to give acknowledgement to my supervisor, Dr. Hatini binti Ahmad Rafai, lab assistant UiTM Kampus Negeri Pahang, family members, and my fellow friends. These are the list of references used in this slide presentation. That's all from me. Thank you.